Good afternoon, my name is David Blanchard. I'm Product Development Manager for Fentex Limited. Today I'd like to introduce you to the new EVO pad fresh from Fentex. For the past 12 months Fentex have been developing this new environmentally friendly cotton-based pad to reinvent the absorbent market. What I would like to do is compare it to a benchmark product in the marketplace in the UK. This is commonly available through many industrial distributors, and I recently purchased this a couple of days ago so I can do a direct comparison between what the products look like and how they perform in a lab test situation. So first of all, what I would like to do is just get the products out from their packaging just so we can see the quantity of material we have. Because as we're all aware, the more loft we seem to have on an absorbent product, the better it performs. So this is my benchmark product from a leading competitor, commonly used in the engineering world. This comes in a cardboard box and has an inner polythene wrap. Take these out. To take them from the bag so we can clearly see how much product we're getting for our money. Now I've chosen this particular benchmark product because it's a very similar price, slightly dearer than EVO-100. There, 100 sheets per pack, and this is the EVO pad, 100 sheets per pack. I think you can see for yourself that the EVO pad has plenty more loft and therefore should be more absorbent. But the proof of that will be in a small, quick 3.5 minute lab trade test that I'm going to perform now. Okay, so this is my lab trade test. I've had two purpose-made 50 by 40 centimetre metal trays made, and today I'm going to use a 32 grade hydraulic oil. Purchased this, it's a brand new bottle, and I've poured out two 800ml jugs of the 32 grade hydraulic oil. I've chosen 800ml for the test because these pads, my benchmark pads, are rated at 0.8 of a litre per pad. So I just want to stick with that measurement to see what the performance is like of the EVO pad compared to a benchmark pad. So there we are, 800ml into each side. Just going to allow that oil to spread throughout the tray so it's an even layer across the base of the tray to give the pads the maximum absorption face. Got a stopwatch here. Now what I want to do is put the pads in the trays for 2.5 minutes, and then I'm going to lift the pads out and suspend them over the tray for a further minute to see what the drain is like. So here we go, I'll put them in as quickly as I can together. And start my stopwatch. Now the EVO pad, just to give you some history of this, this is a unique pad made in the UK, and it's made from 85% recycled cotton fibres, and it goes through a unique 6-stage process to give it extra aeration, extra loft, and therefore extra absorbency. And we bind all these recycled fibres together with special technology to make a very strong, robust absorbent pad that's useful for many tasks. The traditional pad is made from melt-blown polypropylene and then is bonded and has a surface scrim on to keep the lint down, whereas the bonding process of this cotton pad means that it's very low linting and doesn't need extra scrims adding to it. Carbon footprint wise, which everyone's aware of these days, everyone's got to reduce their carbon footprint in manufacture. Because these pads normally are imported from the United States of America or Eastern Europe, this one pad would have typically a carbon footprint of 375 grams of carbon per item. Whereas the Fentex EVO pad, because it's made in the UK, because it's 85% recycled cotton, only has a carbon footprint of 169.3 grams per item. So it's half your carbon footprint per absorption pad. Value wise, list price for this benchmark pad is £59 a bale. The EVO pads, a full bale of 100 pads, this is £45. That's excluding VAT. And that just leaves me the performance test. What I would like to do is run this for 2.5 minutes, so we're coming close to the finish, and then what we're going to do is check for drainage. My little suspension units, purposely made for the job. So that's 2.5 minutes now, I think. Now what I want to do is lift the pad out of the tray and suspend it above it to see how much oil it can actually hold on to. And I want to do this for approximately a minute. I get the EVO pad. I think straight away we can see that there's some difference between the amount of oil left in the tray and also the dryness of the pad. Suspend this. That's it. Okay. Now really we want to suspend the pads for about a minute. And after a minute we should be able to see how much oil the pad is capable of retaining. So this is a good test, I feel, because if this was a live use in a workshop, then the pads have been picked up off an oily floor and we have to walk over to a disposal bin to get rid of them. The last thing we want to do is have the pads running out, oil running out all over the floor. There's a little bit of drippage off the EVO pad, just where it's saturated, but unfortunately, as we can see here, the benchmark pad that I'm using today is letting go a lot of oil from its surface. So, is that about a minute now? Just check my stopwatch. It's well over a minute. Okay, now the next stage of the little demonstration is just to really see how much oil the pad has left behind. This is the EVO tray, so to be fair to the test, just scrape that back. There we are. So that's conclusive proof, I feel. In the benchmark pad I have 200 mils of oil recovered from the tray, and from the Evo pad I've got it's probably about 30 mil there. That's just the residue from the base of the tray, which I feel clearly demonstrates not only is the Evo pad made from recycled material, therefore it's eco-friendly, but it also has the lowest carbon footprint. It has maximum performance, at least 20% better than a market-leading benchmark test pad, and cost-wise, whereas our benchmark pads retail for £59, the Evo pad retails for £44. Thank you very much for watching today. I appreciate your time.